So Konosuba is back. It's kind of back, I'll say. It's kind of back. It's back with, I guess you'd say, a prequel or a spin-off, you could say, and it's based on a wizard or a certain character that everybody loves that uses explosion magic. And just know after she uses that one attack, she's very useless, and that's Magnemine. And we get a spin-off on her, basically her origins, quote unquote, before she met up with Cosma and everybody, so we kind of get her origins. So yeah, let me know who's been watching this anime and how y'all been feeling about this anime so far, especially if you're a Konosuba fan. Are you really enjoying it, or are you not feeling it that much because it doesn't have everybody from the regular cast? Because I mean, this is just a prequel slash spin-off, so it's different. But let's talk about it and talk about some of the things I've been enjoying or some of the things I've been picking out and looking at. So when it comes to this series, this is one of the few ones when it comes to Konosuba I actually read the manga first. As you can tell, I got it right there, and that's mainly because some reason the physical manga came out first in English than the light novels. So like I ended up picking up all those, and then I found out there was like light novels coming out too, and I was mad. I was like, wow, I could just pick the light novels, but I never picked them up, so I have this. So far the anime basically is like everything that I remember from here, seeing some of the things. And one of the things I really do like is how basically mentioning certain things when it comes to like certain people, certain places, events, all these other type of things. And there's little foreshadowing there, especially if you read the basically Konosuba light novels, or if you've seen the anime, you notice little things. But yeah, let's talk about some of the stuff. So if you've caught up, then you know everything that's been happening so far in the episodes. There's one character that was introduced when Magnemine finally leaves town, and that is Cecily. And just know Cecily is basically like Aqua, because they are basically two peas in a pod. Because just know when they finally meet up and they meet each other, oh yeah, they link, they connect like this. They're super tight. They're basically your best friends in a way, and they be on the same demon time when it comes to spreading Axis Church type of stuff. And I'm pretty sure Cecily is introduced to like us in volume 8 of the Konosuba light novels. And if you've been watching the anime, and especially as the rest of this goes on, you're gonna be like, I feel like Cecily could have been introduced to in the Konosuba like world, especially like from early on, but you can tell it's a character that was just made for this story, but then eventually gets introduced or whatever. But yeah, just know she's introduced, and it's funny with her because I can't wait for her to show up in the regular Konosuba anime, because I want to see her and Aqua's interactions that they have in the light novels and all that. So yeah, so volume 8 they show stuff about Cecily, who has a connection there. Then volume 9 is like a big one, because everything that's happened with here, when you learn to like why Magnemine loves basically explosion magic and all that, that basically connects to volume 9, because what it say, she might meet a certain character that she's been looking to in Konosuba volume 9. I'll just say that. And also there's a mention of a bomber that was like mentioned in the Crimson Magic Village, and just know that's going to play an important role in volume 14 of the light novels that I will be covering soon, if you know the Konosuba stuff. But yeah, those are just some of the little things early on that I noticed. Is just like little foreshadowing. Also, there is foreshadowing because of, you remember the Demon Lord General Hans from I think season 2's like finale, and like he was the one that was like basically putting all that slime in, like making the water all messed up in the town, the Axis Church town. And just know they mentioned him, and like they mentioned like the water being messed up, and then we see as Magnemine's leaving, we saw like him literally chilling like in a, I'm not sure if that was a restaurant or something. It was like an outdoors-ish restaurant. We saw him. So yeah, we got a little foreshadowing there, and I like that. But let's talk about the series as a whole. I will say this, it's not as funny as the regular Konosuba, but it still has its moments, because one, I'm sorry, Magnemine and Yu, they're not going to carry a show like Cosma, Darkness, and Aqua, because in my opinion, when it always came to the show, those were the three that were doing some of the most funniest out-of-pocket stuff, and then Magnemine would come there and do her own thing, but like, they all work when it's all four of them together. Like, it's hard for her to really carry a show with the comedy, because you got to have all the other wacky stuff that usually is associated with Konosuba when it comes to the faces, all these other things, but we're missing three important characters. But I mean, they will get, little cameos we might see soon, maybe not, but it's just, that's the one thing I just think of while I'm watching this. This is the main reason I'm just watching, is just to really see her story, and I'm enjoying it. But there's a few laughs, but it's not no super ha 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 like type of laugh that where basically you be watching when you watch regular Konosuba that will have you dying laying on the ground. So it's not that, but still it's cool just seeing it, and also just seeing this actually animated, seeing her again, seeing some of the characters, especially because when season 3 comes out, it's gonna be so good. And like that's the only thing, is like this just has me hyped for whenever season 3 comes out. I'm just hoping and praying that it gets an announcement maybe after this finishes, because it already got an announcement. I'm just saying like a release date, because I need a release date. And all I'm gonna say is they better not give us no weak ass 11 episodes again. It's like, dog, nah, the series is done now, dog. You better give us a good basically 15 to 24 episodes, because I want some shit covered. I don't want no weak ass 11 episodes again, because they always give us a weak ass 10 and then we get an OVA, and I'm like, I don't want that shit. I want a full 24 episodes that we can actually get a decent chunk of the story animated. But you know, knowing them, they're gonna give us a weak ass 10 again. And that shit gonna piss me off when they say, oh, it's coming out and such, and they're gonna give us a weak ass 10. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it, especially the demon girl, because like if you know the demon girl's interaction, because you know, like every time she tries to go after Magnamine to get the little cat, whatever, you see there's always some type of funny interaction between like the village. Like when she was in the Crimson Magic Village, you had all the crazy men trying to chase after her. And then you saw in the most recent episode today that literally all the Axis Church people were trying to chase out the demon and attacking her. It was kind of funny. And then like you have Yu and Magnamine's reactions are just kind of funny. So I just like the little banter between those two, especially because we get to see like how they became friends and like their rivalry and all that. And we see, you know, how Magnamine sometimes tries to act like she's not best friends with Yu, even though you know they're best friends, even though you know Yu still has that thing where she's always acting, you know, like she doesn't have friends and all these other type of things, when it's like, dog, you have friends here. You just need to like get some confidence in yourself and just realize that Magnamine's just playing hard to get when it comes to being friends, because y'all are just saying quote unquote rivals or whatever. And then also we do get to see Magnamine's little sister. But one of the things we really have not seen that kind of sucks that we didn't get to see is like her connections to demons. We only saw that like early on with the one demon she was talking to. But hopefully we get to see later on like her interactions with him, because there were little like interactions that I think were like bonus chapters that literally showed her interactions with him, because we need that, because her basically, you know, being an important character with demons is something that's going to play like a little bit of a role when we get later on in the Konosuba Light Novels. I think it's volume, I forgot a volume, it was, I think it was volume 10 or something like that. That was hers. It was either 10 or 11. That was one that was focused when she came to Axel or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. So just watching this has me just thinking so much about the Konosuba Light Novels, because one, I am rereading them because I'm making the videos that you guys know I'm making, all that. So like this is just like something that's just nice to see Konosuba back, because one thing is this season sucks for isekai, so it's nice actually having a really good isekai, even though quote unquote you could say this is fantasy because Cosmo's nowhere to be there. But if you know the Konosuba world, there's other people that have been reincarnated here, and especially if you know anything about the Crimson Magic Village, you know something about them being products of certain something, I will say that. But yeah, this is like one of the things where it's like, yes, it is quote unquote the best isekai out this season, but at the same time it's fantasy. It's fantasy. I'm sorry, like Cosmo's not there, but like I said, you already know the other products and stuff and all that. I know I'm rambling and repeating myself, but yeah, still I'm just happy that it's here, that people can actually, you know, watch Konosuba as it's coming out. But I mean, we need actual real Konosuba, so I don't know, this has me hyped for season 3, for whenever season 3 gets a release date that we need desperately, because we have not heard no type of news about season 3 at all, which is crazy. I'm like, they just announced it for us and then they disappeared, just like, you know, Saga of Tanya season 2 that announced that season 2 was happening and then they disappeared and didn't give us a release date. But I digress though. How y'all been feeling about this anime? If you've been watching this, let me know how you feel. Like, you've not seen it, why not check it out? It's on Crunchyroll, and especially if you like Konosuba, then you'll enjoy this spinoff, and especially if you like Magnamine, then you'll enjoy this, because you get a whole season of just her, and you get to basically see her origin story and how she gets to Axel and how she finally meets Cosmo and all of them. And we get to see little other things of just like what she was doing before she met everybody else. So we get to see that, and like how she basically became super hungry and all that when she first, you know, meets Cosmo and Aqua at the guild place and all that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video and not like, if you did, you can dislike, subscribe if you really enjoyed. But yeah, I've been enjoying this a lot, but it just has me just looking at little things that I just nitpick and look at, mainly because I've been reading the Konosuba Light Novels. I'm just looking like, yo, I want to, like, it just has me just, I know I've been saying this throughout the video, but like, I really want Konosuba season 3 right now. Like, I'm happy we got this just because this is them, because I think they did switch to a different studio or whatever, if I remember right or whatever. But yeah, it's just like, this was just like prep for them to, like, whenever they actually are working on Konosuba season 3, for putting that out, that like they can work on stuff, because once we get season 3, there's so much good stuff. And I mean, I'm happy we got this little prequel, but still, it's just like, I want that Konosuba season 3 badly. But the prequel's still good. There's a lot of funny moments in here, but it's not as funny as the regular Konosuba. But there's still moments that have you rolling, especially like Cecily, because Cecily, you know, she's out of pockets. I will say that Cecily's the most out of pocket character here, and I want her to meet Aqua very soon, and I want to see that animated when they meet, because both of them, they be on that same wavelength of like out of pocket stuff. And then Magnamine and Yu still have like their funny moments. There's like some hilarious moments in the village, because you know the village is very over the top, like super over the top, and we see like how crazy they are, especially when it comes to them attacking monsters. And we saw the thing like when the teacher was teaching all the students like basically how to hunt monsters, we saw that it was a little monster that looked so scared out of its mind, and everybody was like, we don't want to fight this. It's like, why do we need to fight this? So you see how crazy the Crimson Magic Village is, and we get to learn more stuff about them, because we mainly only saw the village in, like, you know, the movie. We got to see and learn stuff about them, but this one gave us a more in-depth, since like it was Magnamine being younger, and we got to see like basically meet some of her friends and all that we met in the movie. But yeah, still been phenomenal, and I can't wait to see basically the end of this because, like I said, I read the manga, so I know where this is going, and I can't wait to see certain scenes, though. But yeah, please watch Konosuba if you've not seen it, especially the spinoff, I should say, Konosuba, this wonderful explosion, whatever. But yeah, watch it. It's on Crunchyroll, you know, hop in your pirate ship, watch it that way too, though. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video, though. Bye.